let's just jump right into it tonight. Let's quickly go over our start of session things. Have reset the fortune pool? Did everyone spend their advancement points?
I deliberately chose to save my advancement points, you'll recall.
Yes.
I think I bought something. I don't remember what I bought, but I bought something.
I bought, I think, a couple of focuses, and I advanced my agility.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was a good idea to buy some focuses.
Yeah.
Because you're always stressed out. Okay. Let's do initiative roll. So that's a D10 plus your initiative value. Right.
Not so lucky on this one.
Craptastic.
But then again, I'm not in as much danger as you people are.
It's just lollygagging back there.
I'm in a
We're just
completely
gonna have
different
to-
building.
We're just gonna have to drag Rasmussen into the freaking mansion.
Yep.
Yeah, that's yep.
So, for a quick recap of last session, basically Fluff went out to find two people, or Genevieve went out to find two people, and now the town's in civil war. Some things happened in between, like Rasmussen shot and killed Jeb, and he melted into snow.
Heroically shot and killed Jeb. Thank you.
Yeah.
I assisted too, so
Yeah.
don't forget.
I don't know if I believe Jeb is dead, but okay. I feel like it's highly suspicious.
That's a really good point.
Also officially stripped of your deputyship.
Oh yeah.
Yes, that's true.
We're deputies in heart and mind, not title.
Well, that's all right. You're
You have
also
no
lords in
authority.
heart and mind in that title.
Yeah, Alexandre went and tried to. I believe you were trying to. I don't know what you were attempting to do, but you went and you spoke with Marcia before she and her kin marched off.
I was trying to
battle
save
the
Jeb.
Yeah, you tried to save Jeb, but I think sort of he was already dead kind of by then. Either way, he was shot. So,
Yeah.
We picked up is Rutherford, Rasmussen, and Genevieve were on the crossroads between sort of where the road goes up. Actually, I think you were right in front of the manor house. If you refer to the map, you were right in front of Basque Manor. And the two gangs of from the town, the Hutfelds and the Ziegenhelts, had formed battle lines, and there was a lot of shouting. And somebody gave Ebb a gun, and then Ebb shot a Hutfeld in the foot, and that was the first cracking shot of the battle. Yeah, so I think we're kind of in structured play for the moment. Genevieve, Rutherford, and Rasmussen, you guys are stuck in between the two gangs. Genevieve, you go first.
Oh yeah, I'm grabbing Ras and like literally running to the mansion because I know I can't in the state that I'm in I can't do anything.
I will attempt to propel myself along as best I can and not resist her dragging me in any way, shape, or form.
Okay. Yeah, you start making it towards the creepy mansion. Rutherford, do you follow them?
Yeah, I'm going to assist as much as I can. dragging this half-dead man into a house.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys come to the light, and Rutherford, since you weren't here before, you didn't come inside. When you enter, you notice the flowers strewn up, the alcohol bottles everywhere. There was a giant. It seems like there was a big party. It smells like the animal smell a little bit in here. That sort of like post-sex smell is all over as well. Um, and as soon as you guys like get in, the battle in the town, or the battle um, over the road, started kicking off. Gunshots are going off. People are beating each other. There's lots of shouting and yelling. And you guys enter the manor, and we're gonna like kind of pause on you guys for a second. And Alexandre, you are still at the Zegenhelt's house, I believe, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. While you're there, you start hearing the like multiple gunshots that could come from like pretty much every gun in town is starting to shoot. What's your next?
I mean, how far away would I estimate?
I mean, it's not that far. Like a couple, like 10 minutes running.
So a good distance away, though. 'Cause I'm a pretty fast runner.
Yeah. So maybe 7 minutes running for you.
Let me think a moment. I think I'm just gonna hang out here for right now.
Okay. The three of you enter into the manor, and you can hear the sounds of battle from the outside. What do you guys do next?
Try and get behind some kind of cover. And is Rasmussen like bleeding to death, or is he just kind of?
Oh, I'm beaten all to hell.
But he's not bleeding to death.
Yeah, I'd say I just try and get behind some kind of cover from some kind of stray musket ball or whatever.
Okay. In just the front room area.
Yeah, just kind of figure out what we're doing.
Oh, this is the front room. There's stairs and the kitchen area. So the front room has like dining table and some living furniture. I will mark this up. And the three of you are in here, just hanging out. Genevieve, what are you doing? She's not getting her. She's muted. Well, Rasmussen, you're hurt and damaged, and you're in this now like raunchous party scene. Where are you gonna?
Now, have we managed to get to the manor yet, or are we still getting out of the zone?
I think you got there pretty easily.
Okay, great.
They weren't as interested in killing.
Okay, fantastic. So presumably we kind of stumble into the manor, and are we in the living room at this point, like in the main vest?
Yep.
Okay. So I think the first thing that we're going to want to do is just find any kind of a sofa or a couch or whatever, and just sort of collapse on there to catch our breaths. and then take a few moments to figure out, how far away is the ruckus, if it's moving, just sort of if it's at all possible to keep an eye on the fight that's going on from a window or something. I think that's probably the first thing that we'll do.
Well, why don't you give me an awareness test? This is trivial. So, perched up to see from one of the manor windows, you can see the fight is progressing, and it looks like at this point just a mosh pit of people beating each other with farming implements. There's an occasional gunshot going off, but realistically, like, these are not trained soldiers. They're not reloading and firing. They're probably using their firearms as clubs.
No, it's just a mass brawl, as you say, between two families. I get that. So there's me, there's Genevieve, and who was the third person who was with?
Rutherford.
And did we see where Alexandra went?
I don't believe so.
Yeah, we just saw him run off, right?
Yeah, he pointed a gun at us and then left. A traitor.
No. Okay. We, as much as I hate to say this, we need to go get him, because there's no telling what's going to happen if he gets caught in the middle of that fray.
Do I see a way that we can go like around the battle in front of us?
Yeah.
Might just go out the back of the house.
Yeah, you could go out the back of the house and try and sneak around for sure.
So she kind of looks at the two and she says, we can go in the back of the manor and make our way around, but we'd have to find him. I don't know where he went.
I don't know where he went either, but we can't just leave him out there on his own. There too many people are upset at one another and at him, and there's no telling what they're going to do. We got to get him out of there. And then we have to regroup together and figure out what our next move is going to be. But we can't just leave him out there on his own.
Genevieve nods. Do you want a laudanum?
No, thank you. I appreciate the offer, but I need my wits about.
So Genevieve will probably guide them to the back of the manor to make their way around the battle so that they don't like get caught up into the ruckus of it all.
Yeah. Give me let's see. Give me an easy stealth check.
All right.
So the first thing, though, when you open the back door, is you notice that there was blood on the door. Like not on the door, but outside. There was a slight trail of blood that leads into the forest. You can't really see because it's very dark. But you can make out a hunched figure laying in the grass.
So I pointed out to the other two, and she says, "I think there's a body there."
Well, if it's on the way, let's give it a quick look-see.
It's out of your way, for sure. If you want to like sneak as quickly as possible around the battlefield, that would be that's something.
So this body is like just left out of the back of the manor, right?
Yeah.
wouldn't Genevieve be kind of alarmed by that?
Well, she's alarmed by everything that's happening in the manor. Like she doesn't even know what happened in the manor in the first place. So everything's kind of like she doesn't know what's going on.
Well, yeah, this is your call, Genevieve. We got your back. So if you want to go check out the body, we'll go with
Yeah, I'll go check out the body.
you. Okay, we follow.
Yeah,
Or at least
so
Rasmussen does. I don't know what Rutherford wants to do.
Yeah, we think it's a
I'm
body. We don't
following.
assume it's a body because of the blood. I don't know what it is.
yeah, you come out and you can see a figure, like he's laying face down, and he's got a giant gash wound through his shoulder, and like his shoulder is kind of like hanging off of his body. It's sort of separated. It's a very grisly scene from behind, and but this is still in the realm of battlefield wounds, so I'm not gonna make you make a stress test for it.
Mhm.
Is
Do
this
you
anyone you recognize, Genevieve?
I don't see the person's face, right?
you
So I have to turn him over. Yeah.
Um, you turn him over, and what you see is he looks like Aspar the hunter, but he has a lot of facial hair. His face is getting disfigured. Through his skull, it looks like something was budding. Uh, but it looks like Aspar.
So I kind of like call out to the other two and say, "It looks like the hunter that was missing, Aspar, dead here."
Well, he's certainly not the first to go. We'll have to figure out the circumstances of his death sooner rather than later, but at the moment, I think we have a more pressing concern, and that's to find Alexandre and hope that he's still alive.
Yeah. So I'll leave the body where where I found it and like continue off to go around the manor and sneak off.
Yeah. I think your stealth was fine enough. By this point though, the battle has sort of ending, right? It maybe lasted a minute and a half, right? There was a big fight. They pulled off. You can see this sort of like straggling. The Ziegenhelds look like they're carrying somebody who is dead. Um, there's some like shouting, but everyone's sort of tired and out of breath. And they're parting ways.
Okay, so Rasmussen will simply comment that this is nowhere near done. This was nothing but the opening salvo of what's going to be uh, a much more bloody conflict if we don't get this whole thing sorted out pretty quickly.
Yeah, if Elja's still alive, she's going to burn down everything.
So Genevieve looks like. So where should we head off first to find Alexandre?
Did any of us see the general direction in which he was heading when last we saw?
Uh, Theta, what do you think about that? Do you think do you think they would have seen you or not?
I think on that matter, I mean, I don't know, because I was behind them, right? And they were all very focused on beating the shit out of the two men behind them and ignoring the fact that I had a gun on them. So, it's possible,
Yes.
but I don't think likely.
Gosh.
It also really depends on the direction that they were facing and the direction I was running. Because that, conceptually, I have no idea if I was running past them or running away from them.
I would
I
suspect
imagine
that
you're
of the three of us, the one person who might have had some sense as to where he was is Genevieve. Because I know for sure Rasmussen would have been, sort of still woobly from the beating he took and adrenaline pumping for trying to kill Jeb. So
I
he
mean,
very likely would not have been in any way aware of where
Genevieve was also just choked out.
Yeah.
So
That
okay,
and
how
in
about
the
this?
order of events, I ran before you killed Jeb.
Right.
So you, like I said, you were very focused on that matter when I ran away.
Yeah.
We were in combat, and Genevieve was
Yeah.
almost dead.
So, Joe, I'll put this to you. High or low? Did you see?
Hi.
Wow, that's because I forgot to do that.
Oh, I was going to say, wow, it's a crit there.
Crit there. D100. Okay. Yeah. So you notice that he made off in the direction away from the manor. If you sort of pointed it out to Genevieve, she would tell you that's the direction of Zegan Health. How?
Sorry, Nick, I don't mean to interrupt, but I do have a mechanical question, please. When I look at the rolls that are being made, like, for instance, if we look at Fluff's last roll, it says rating 59. What the hell is...
So the rating is what you need to roll under, equal to or under for your skill check to succeed, which is in this case,
okay.
right. She doesn't have any ranks in stealth, so that doesn't add anything, but she had a 39 agility, and the difficulty was a plus 20. So her total rating she needed to roll under was 59.
Got it. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, so you guys know about what general direction he is. Are you heading that way?
Yeah, so I'll be like, I know where he is. I think I know where he is. So she guides him to their house, Ziegenheister's house. Oh God.
Okay, while we're going, I'll just mention that Rasmussen is taking the time necessary to reload in case it becomes necessary.
Yeah, you've been tracking how many shots you have, right?
Yes, I've got 2 more.
Like a classic video game character, though, do you shout it out?
Yes. Well, I don't shout it out, but I do say I'm down to 2 last shots.
Next. So you guys are heading that way. I think before you get there, because if you're trying to stay hidden, right? So you're moving maybe a little slow.
Yeah, I wouldn't risk going faster than because we do remember that they were carrying a body away, so we don't want to like.
Yeah,
them.
some were. Some were sort of staying at the crossroads. They are claiming victory at the moment because they chased the Hutfelds off.
Mm-hmm.
So some were kind of staying behind, but some were carrying a body. Alexandre, it's been maybe now like 10, 15 minutes, right? Since they left and the first ones start heading back. You haven't heard shots for a while. But you notice that the first few are sort of like nameless. We're just gonna say they're kind of the nameless Ziegenhelds, and they're carrying a body in between them.
Can I make out who it is? Or is it a nameless Ziegenheld that they're carrying back?
No, it's Ebb, the slightly challenged Ziegen.
Aww. He's the last one I wanted to see die.
He started it.
He did not. Ed. Ev, not Jeb. Ed.
They gave him a gun, didn't they?
Yeah, but he was the nice guy who just wanted to talk to you when you came to their place.
Yeah. Did you if you like get any closer, if you dare, do you?
Of course I do. I'm sad now.
You notice that he's had a very clean shot through the head, like in between the eye.
I mean, I'll say some words of respect in Elven that they'll, of course, hate.
They hate that. They hated that. Yeah, like little RPG subtext comes up. They hated that.
Yeah, they'll remember that.
But they seem to be mostly ignoring you at the moment.
But pointedly, Marcia isn't here?
She is not.
I guess I'll shout back to them as they pass. Is Marcia still at the crossroads?
I don't know. I think she was heading into town.
Where's the majority of your kin at?
They're still at the crossroads, making sure them Hutfelds don't come back.
Alright. You take care of Eb. I might be back. And I'm gonna head to the crossroads.
Yeah. As you're sort of walking, you notice that there's a lot of people with injuries walking past you. Various gunshots and non-lethal locations, and broken limbs and bones and bruises. Yeah. So the other three, as you guys are watching, you see Alexandre walking in the on the road, sort of against the grain of the falling back Ziegenhelts. What do you guys do?
So you see Genevieve.
I'm going to yell out
I was
his
gonna loud
name.
whisper. Yeah, loud whisper his name.
Alexandre! Alexandre!
I mean, can I see them for all of their stealthing?
Probably, but once they yell your name, you can figure it out pretty quickly.
I mean,
Especially by the third yell.
I'm pretty sure you guys have been in that scenario where you hear somebody saying your name, but for the gods damn, you look around and you just can't figure out where the hell it's coming from. That happens to me all the time.
Well, you have elf ears in this game.
Special elf ability.
So yeah, you definitely you can tell where it's coming from, and so can some of the other wounded Ziegenhelds.
What are you people doing?
Is it, you
who
say that
you
to us
don't-
as we approach?
I mean, I don't know if you guys are approaching or not. You're just shouting my name from, what, the bushes? As I said, I look
Yeah,
out
pretty
in
much
the
bushes.
direction that you guys are shouting from. I say, what are you people doing?
I think Genevieve would be like, try to avoid conflict.
Sorry, I'm laughing.
You just feel like the bush move.
What, you mean this problem that you've caused?
Genevieve pokes her head out and she's like, we should talk here. I have a couple of things I need to tell you.
Why are you hiding?
She's like, isn't this safer?
For one of you, maybe. The murderer. I mean, you didn't help by not stopping him, but I don't know why you're hiding. You're the dragoon.
And she's just like, okay, I'll come out, and she just slowly comes out.
But when you say murderer, some of the people passing by, one of them stops, and he looks at you and he said, "You said one of them was a murderer?"
Yeah, one of them but killed Jeb.
They all stop, right? Like in the thing, they go, "What do you mean? We didn't see Jeb."
Sorry, rewind. I didn't see Jeb die either. That'd be meta knowledge, and I don't have that knowledge.
Oh yes, true. All you know is they were attacking.
Yeah, that's not knowledge I have. I can't say those things because I don't know them. It's not fair to anybody.
So I think Genevieve will be like, we have a couple of things we need to tell you about. Really, really important things.
Then tell me on the way. I got business to accomplish. I'm heading back towards the crossroads.
So she calls out to the other two, and then she says, I can't really say some of the stuff out loud, Alexandre.
Well, if you can't say it out loud, then you're not saying it at all, are you?
Do you want me to tell you or not?
Jen, I'm a mite bit disappointed in you this night. I asked you to do a job, and now someone's dead, and we have civil war on our hands.
If I might interject, Alexandre.
Do you pop up from the bushes?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
It's one bush, right? So Genevieve popped out of one spot.
It's a clown bush. we all keep popping up from behind.
Wait, was the bush moving in this direction? Were you all just in a moving bush?
Yes.
It's not really a bush. We were all like just, grabbing hold of two little sticks with the odd feather or the odd leaf moving together in a clump.
No.
This whole thing, these troubles that are taking place right now, they're not the fault of anyone standing here right now. They're the fault of Jeb, who is clearly in league with dark powers. You, as the Graph's man, failed to identify that, and we are now all attempting to fix this mess. Now, you saved my life, as did Genevieve, and so I'm here to try to return the favor. And yes, for our own purposes, we want to see the troubles in this village get settled. But throwing around accusations is not going to help anything.
No? Like you just accused me of failing to do my job? Do you not think I did not know what Jeb was up to? I know everything that's going on in this village. I'm the Graph's man. And you assaulted that man unprovoked. Or even provoked, it doesn't matter. You assaulted that man. And you, Jen, did not stop him when I asked you to. Now, I understand that you are the Dragoon and it is your authority to do what you think is right. But now, we have bloodshed because of what you decided to do. And now, I have to put a stop to it. I can only hope that this opening salvo of the major battle to begin was enough of a catharsis to put these people at ease so that I can talk to them.
Well, I certainly hope that you're able to calm things down with that silver tongue of yours. But if it doesn't work, do we want to consider maybe taking sides and putting an end to this thing one way or another?
No.
I pop out of the bush. Sides have already been taken. We know where we stand. There's no more turning back.
Yes, you stand in a bush. A very noble gesture, Lord Rutherford.
Are we all in the bush still?
Obviously.
Yes, you've all popped up to say your very noble piece, while I stand on the road with, Ziegenhelts, nameless Ziegenhelts walking past me.
Yeah, well, some of them stopped to look on, sort of, when they were talking about Jeb, and, have sort of made a note of, getting back to what they were doing suspiciously, right?
So Genevieve kind of looks at Alexandra and she's like, I didn't want him to die, but he was going to kill rats, and I couldn't just stand and do that.
Real quick out of character moment. Jeb was on the ground dying when this happened, and you jumped on top of the other guy, right? Brutus, wasn't it?
No.
It was Anton.
Anton, yeah.
Anton and Jeb were there.
But no, I mean, Jeb had already been shot, and he was down, and, he was doing the snow thing.
Jeb was on top of me beating the crap out of Rasmussen.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's when Genevieve stepped in.
Right, okay,
So
I
what
thought
he did
so.
was actually save Rasmussen's life.
Right, no, I understand that. I just was forgetting where Anton was, because I know you guys took on Anton after that. But I remember that Jen put, the sickle to his balls and then, strangled him from behind at the same time while telling him the threats. I think that's exactly when I left.
As I remember it, Anton was in a fight with Rutherford. Jeb was on top of Rasmussen, beating the crap out of him. Genevieve intervened in order to stop the fight, and as Jeb ceased his pummeling, that's when Rasmussen shot him.
Right. Alright, just making sure we were all on the same page, because apparently I was remembering the wrong person on top of the wrong person.
Yeah.
Alright, please continue.
So she kind of looks at him a little bit remorseful, and she says, "I'm sorry I disappointed you, but I just made a choice at that moment. But Alexandra, there's something you need to know about Jeb, and we can't talk about it out here."
Yes, is there a place where we can be a little bit more discreet, that we can retire to?
We should
there
go to
was,
Matilda's.
There's an empty manor.
I have no interest in escaping the public eye right now. Things need to be done to solidify this town back into a working order, and that cannot be done if we be spending time out talking amongst ourselves.
I mean, realistically, it's like 3 a.m. right now.
Yeah, but like everyone's awake because of all the fighting and the gunfire.
This is while true.
A good 2/3 of the town was involved here.
So at this point, she grabs Alexandra, not like forcefully, but almost like desperately, and she says, "Something happened at the manor, and I don't know what happened. I found my mother there, and she was alone and drunk. I don't know why. She shouldn't be in that position. Something's going on here. We found," and then she kind of lowers her voice, "we found the hunter's body outside in the back of the manor."
God, you don't bring good news, do you, Genevieve?
There's
I
no
just want to
good
point out the fact that the problems with your family are now added to the problems with 2 other families. That's basically 90% of this village. You understand that, right?
she's like, "That's why I want to understand what's going on. You said you knew something about Jeb. What do you know about him? And why didn't you tell me?"
It's not your business to know everything. Your business is to stop things of what like happened here. You're supposed to prevent people from getting into these fights, not encourage them. This is what's led out to fighting in the streets. You heard all those gunshots. This is why I have to micromanage every frickin' person in this town.
Then why was Jeb so desperate to point out that I was a witch? Why was he willing to use any little thing to point out anybody was a witch?
He was dying. He got shot. He was trying to save his life, and you weren't helping. That's why he said those mean things to you.
No, he said that before that even happened.
That's probably because he was trying to just misdirect. You know, he was very threatened at the time. And like I kept pointing out to everybody that there was no witch, and you all wanted to go on a witch hunt.
Yes, except we found a witch.
I know you did. There was a witch. Okay? I admit. I know there was a witch. And when they're a male witch, they're called a warlock. I knew there was a warlock, and you know what? Wasn't hurting anybody. But y'all just kept wanting to push and push and push.
It wasn't hurting anyone. Lord Rutherford and I came here in order to purchase a mine, and it turns out that all the miners are either vanished or turned into beast folk. You're telling me that that's not directly related to the witch that we discovered?
Correct. Jeb lives here in town now. He came back a long time ago. He lives here in town. He doesn't live up there in the mine with all the beastmen.
So what you're saying is all that weird stuff at the manor also had nothing to do with Jeb.
I mean, I would look at Genevieve for that because that's her family.
She looks at him and she says, "I told you, manners.
I mean, you
Things
think
happen
that
there."
Jeb got Jen's mother drunk for some reason? Is that what you're indicating? That while he was
No.
walking down the road with Anton, that he was coming back from some wild raucous party where he killed a hunter and got Genevieve's mother drunk? It's very weird accusations that you're making.
I'm not making any accusations. I'm trying to piece everything.
Ya terminaste. Cuando termine me dices, por favor. Lo dejé aquí en un USB.
Oh no, Genevieve is speaking in tongues.
She's a witch.
It was true!
There are elements here that we're missing. There are pieces of the puzzle that we haven't found yet, but there's no way that Jeb's manifestation of unnatural powers is unrelated to everything else that's going on. There's no way that they're not linked somehow.
I want to feel like this entire conversation I have been walking backwards, still towards the crossroads.
Yeah,
because
probably.
yeah, because my whole point here is that I have major problems to solve in this town right now that are imminent, whereas your problems are self-created and long-term. There's no reason to solve any of this problem if the problem that you caused kills everybody first.
But you can't fix a problem if there is none. So everything stays the same.
I assume that you are referring to the fact that you want everybody to just kill one another, and I am not willing to let that happen.
No. Senseless bloodshed serves no purpose at all. We're on board with stopping it if we can. But I don't think pretending like there's no witch or that there wasn't a witch is going to help calm matters. I think the best course of action is to tell people exactly what we discovered, that we lay the blame exactly where it needs to be, and then we tell everyone that it's been solved.
Rasmussen, as always, you are an eminently intelligent and well-spoken person. At the same time, I put all the foot of blame on you for what you did here tonight, and if I was to point fingers for the mob, it would be at you, so I would recommend not pursuing this course of action.
What about the green man?
Oh yeah, we didn't tell him about that.
Oh right, you guys saw him.
I chased him out into the forest.
Alexander, you can't avoid the fact that somebody, even if we don't want bloodshed, somebody else wants bloodshed. The green man attacked me without any provocation. Whatever happened in the manor, I don't know what happened. It was something happened there that I don't know about. And there's a dead body behind the manor now, which I have no idea why that happened either. Then suddenly we have a witch hunter who comes in, starts accusing somebody of a witch. You don't think somebody's trying to provoke something in this town?
Of course I do, but we can only fight problems from within right now. We don't have the means to fight problems without. And the problems from within are, again, imminent and immediate.
So how do you propose we deal with the imminent problems?
The distance is getting very large between us if you guys aren't following me.
Oh, wait, I'm
The
following.
bush is moving. Yeah, the bush
Okay.
is moving.
I'm about to go have a discussion with whoever's left alive. I've already seen one dead body being carted past me. I don't intend to see more before the dawn rises.
This should be entertaining. Let's follow along.
Yes, at the very least, you'll not be able to hear my voice anymore, and I shall not be able to hear your counter-arguments.
Perhaps if we follow him, we can create more problems. This should be entertaining.
With my last breath, I blame Zoidberg.
Okay. So is town the place we're going now? I'm imagining everybody.
Well, you said crossroads, so I'm heading towards crossroads.
I mean, overall goal. Overall.
Well, overall goal is where everybody's at. I mean, assumedly, you said one side is left of the battlefield and the other side's holding down, so I guess I'm heading down to the side that's holding down.
So, I mean, when you get to the crossroads, you notice there's only like maybe one Ziegenheld here who's just looks like he's standing on watch. He's got his pitchfork. He's holding it. When he sees you coming, he makes it look like he's as innocent as possible, right? But like, there's like maybe like a little fence post on the ground. It's got like a lead shot in it, right? Obviously, the battle just happened here. The light snow is still falling, and you can see drips of red and splotches of red all throughout this sort of like light snow. It's only falling in this like one small spot too at the moment. But yeah, there's only one guy there.
And just another of the nameless Ziegenhelds.
Yeah, I've run out of named ones actually, so I'm gonna have to take care of that.
Hey, Beb,
Hey,
where's Marcia?
in the village.
Where's the rest of your kin?
Them that got hurt went back to the house, and the rest are at the village.
What are you doing here by yourself?
I'm watching to make sure no Hutfelds come back.
I mean, what are you gonna do if they do? Because you're here by yourself.
I'm gonna shout real loud and run.
Yeah, it's a bit of a distance. You don't have like a gun or something you can fire into the air?
Family says they need all the guns up in the village.
All right, man. Well, I hope you run really fast. Again, there's only one of you here, and you don't want to get overwhelmed.
Yeah, but I'm a Ziegenheld in their Hutfelds, so I feel like my odds are pretty good.
Not if they all have guns.
But like he looks like he thinks about it, right, for a second.
Look, in your worst case scenario, right? They're all cowards, right? All Hutsfields are cowards. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, that's
well,
right.
A coward would shoot you in the back, right? Hands down. That's what a coward does.
So I should run backwards.
Right, but you have no idea what direction they'd come from.
They come from. Yeah.
Right? You see what I'm saying? This is a bad situation to be by yourself in. You'd at least want, I don't know, 3 people so you could stand back to back and face all directions.
Right. I'm gonna
You should go back and get. Yeah, that's a good idea.
That bush is talking.
Starts walking. Hey, have you guys left the bush finally, or are you still in the bush? I imagine you.
Could we actually carry the bush?
I mean, yes, for a little bit. I imagine you've left it behind now.
Yeah, imagine we all left it behind.
I just think that would be funny to be walking around with a small tree. Nice bushy tree.
But yeah, you guys are now alone at the crossroads. I imagine we're continuing on to town.
I am, yeah.
The rest of you are following.
Yep.
Okay.
Whatever happened to your horse?
It's at Matilda's.
Yeah, it's at Matilda's.
Okay, so it's with the ox and cart too.
Yeah, so you guys continue on the road. When you first get to the village, you'll notice that the road coming from the Ziegenheld, the Ziegenheld farmstead, the road coming from there. So if you guys want to take a quick look at the map, I think I can show it to everyone. it'll make explaining a lot easier. Here you go, show players. Okay, so if you're looking at the map, you'll see
I
the
really like that map. So,
the Ziegenhaus, like that road that comes west out of Bogenhofen, they've sort of like dragged some carts and some barrels and other crap, and they've made like a makeshift barricade facing into the town that you guys will have to pass. There's maybe about 7 or 8 Ziegenhaus manning the what do you guys do as you approach?
I mean, I continue.
Yeah, I think they don't stop you. I don't think. Yeah, no, they will let you just sort of go through.
Oh, but I would also address them for a moment.
Right. Okay.
I encountered Beb back at the crossroads.
They look at you. Yeah.
Watching
from up there.
Yeah, I think I convinced him to go back to your home because I told him it was fairly dangerous for him to be standing out there by himself without like a gun or something.
Well, we need all the guns here at the barricade.
No, I understand that. It's just that. Okay, I'll go back over what I told him. You agree that the Hutsfields are cowards, right?
Obviously.
Well, would a coward not shoot you in the back?
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's just out there by himself, so he ain't going to be able to look at all directions at once. He's going to get shot in the back if he's out there standing alone.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, I'm sure someone will help him.
Well, like I said, he went back to the house, so I can only assume he's going to come back with at least a couple more guys, so at least they can look in all directions and not get shot in the back.
Maybe.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It's up to him. I just don't want him to die by himself for no reason. His plan was to shout and run, but like I said, I was hoping he'd have a gun for at least that he could shoot in the air and then y'all could hear it from a really long distance. Human voice don't carry that far.
Yeah, but we need the guns here to shoot Hutsfelds.
Understood that. I just mean something for him that would be loud. Like, I don't know, maybe give him some like gunpowder so we could just set it on fire in a small container.
He'd probably blow off his own hand that way.
Well, I mean something. Just something that makes a loud noise. Maybe even just like, I don't know, a sheet of metal and a plank of wood. Something.
They seem to be considering this.
Well, he went back to the house. It doesn't matter. You guys can't do anything for him. You got to stay here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so no reason for you guys to worry about it. I just want you guys to know where Beb is. Beb is safe as far as I know.
Okay.
And I continue on.
Yeah. So in the town, there's just like there's nobody at 3 a.m. There's nobody out. The door to the chapel is bursted open. But Lucius still seems to be awake in his inn. You notice if you like look at the north bridge, you can see on the other side that there's another barricade being erected.
By the Ziegenholz or the Hutsfelds?
By the Hutsfelds. So you see like Bogenhofen, there's a north road. The barricade is just above that north bridge. Not the one going towards the mines.
Right, the one
The
near the Hutsfeld farms or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, who's there?
On that barricade?
Yeah.
It's a little far to tell, but it looks like just people with guns from here.
Well, I mean, assume that I'm heading that direction.
Oh, you're heading towards Hutsfelds?
Well, they're barricade anyway.
Yeah. It's mostly sort of the nameless members of their family, sort of sitting up there, like just watching. They say, Hey there, you! Stop where you're going. We have a Ziegenheld test to make sure you're not a secret Ziegenheld in disguise.
Damn it, James, shut the hell up. Do I look even human?
But maybe that's why it's such a good disguise.
Tell me where Elja is and shut the hell up. Wait, no. Tell me where Elja is, then shut the hell up.
Give me an intimidate at the trivial rating, which I believe is plus 30.
Intimidate. Oh, right. It's not where I would think it is. It's in brawn.
And they look at you and they go, ooh. Elja went back to Matilda's hut.
Okay, so past. Alright. Alright. Have you seen Marcia?
If I see that witch, I'm shooting her.
Right, but have you seen her?
Not since the battle. Which, by the way, we won. Don't listen to them.
Well, I mean, they're in control of the crossroads at the moment.
Elja said it was a tactical retreat.
Sure, right. Tell me, did anybody die on your side?
Yeah, one of the young ones took a bad shot.
Damn it. Alright, I mean, I figure I probably got like a hand on the side of my face, and I'm like pushing fingers through my hair, and so it's like thinking hard. Alright, I need you to go get Elja for me. Tell her to come back to this barricade here. Tell her Alexandre says that.
Yeah, you passed your intimidate, so they're going. We are, yeah, alright, I'll go get her.
Alright, I'll be right back. I gotta go find somebody else in town.
Alright. What are the three of you, like, just hanging along here? Is there anything the other three of you are doing at this point?
No. Well, I mean, I'm not going to speak on behalf of the others, but as far as Rasmussen is concerned, he's just going to follow Alexandre's lead and just keep his comments to himself.
So I do think you need a healing pretty bad. And there's
I
only
would tend to
one
agree, yeah.
There is only one place in town to do that, and you're sort of close at the moment. So I don't know if that's something you want to do is go to Matilda's or not. But that's up to you.
To be fair, you do have the best in of all to get past them. Hey, I killed Jeb.
Yeah. Plus Elja is there, so.
Yeah, actually, you know what? That's not a bad idea. So Rasmussen will take his leave from the group and let them know that if they need him, he'll be at Matilda.
And I'll help you. Like put you in a wheelbarrow and wheel you over.
Yeah, that's if there's one around, that would be handy.
Yeah, there totally is one on the barricade. So are you guys you two are heading there?
Yeah.
Right? Okay, so we're gonna fade to black on you as you sort of go off, and then Genevieve and Alexandre, you guys have a new mission. I'm sorry, I have to go. I will be right back. I just have to deal with something.
The dog must be eating the sofa.
Yeah, it would seem like Rutherford wouldn't want to run towards Elja. I mean, given the whole gun to the head thing.
You know, sometimes people do crazy things.
Oh,
Can't explain it.
I thought you were gonna say the enemy you know versus the enemy you don't.
You know, the sun rises and the sun goes down, and the sun rises and the sun goes down. You can't explain that. It just happens. It's like how sometimes you just accidentally have sex. You know, you didn't want to with that person, just kind of, you know.
I feel like only like 5 words of that were actually meaningful. And for the rest of it, you just threw astrophysics in there for no good reason. Also,
Well, I mean, it's
I
like
don't know what the science level of this place is, so...
the tide goes in, the tide comes out. Tide goes in,
Because
tide comes out.
even in medieval times, they
Can't explain that.
They understood how the sun and Earth's rotation worked. Also, they understood tidal forces in medieval times.